Good afternoon, or good evening. I guess it's Sunday afternoon. Hope you all had a great Thanksgiving. Mine was filling. Didn't actually have turkey this year, though. I had chicken. I don't know. Next year, we're having turkey, that's for sure. But today, we're going to install the D-rings on the front of the truck. If you follow the channel, then you know I installed some brackets to be able to hold D-rings on the front of the truck. Straighten that out a little bit. Got some kind of wacky different phone holder, so I don't know how it's going to work. But anyway, put the brackets on. That was a little bit of a bear. If you didn't see that video, I think it's the one that's up on the channel right now, I think. They're the ones from Rough Country. And I will tell you right now, if you have the cross member across the front, at least the aftermarket version, you're going to have to do a little bit of cutting, which I did. Not bad, but kind of a drag. Anyway, let me show you what I've got down here. These are the D-rings that I have to choose from. I was trying to decide whether I should go black or I should go red, because on the back of the truck right now I've got black. And everybody I've talked to said, well, you should go black so they match the back of the truck. But I kind of want them to stand out a little bit in the front, right? So I think I'm going to go red. And if I don't like them, well, obviously I have black, so I can trade them out. Or who knows, maybe I'll paint them purple or something. Nah, I won't do that. But anyway, need to grab all the stuff here. They came with four. Or actually, let's see, the red ones came with this stack of spacers. And the whole idea behind that, I guess, is so that they don't rattle around and make a ton of noise. We're going to find out. I also have these little, they're actually called key chains or key holders or something. I use them for, really for security and to keep the pins from backing out. So I'm going to be installing those as well. Now, how can I do this without clanking them together and knocking the paint off before I even get going, right? Hopefully that's not going to be an issue, but you never know. Now, let's see if I can get you guys down here in such a way that you can actually see what I'm doing. There, I think that's pretty good, I think. You guys can see, right? There's the bracket that I put on for the D-rings. So now, first I have to decide which way I want these to go. I guess with the pin in the front or the pin on the side. I think it looks better if you have the pin on the outside. I don't really know, actually. So I think that's the way I'm going to go. We'll see. Something else I might change later if I don't like it. I know, lots of crazy things, right? Now, I'm going to take these spacers, and I don't know if they're all going to fit. But again, the idea is to put them in between the rattly bits, I guess, so that they don't make all kinds of noise on the truck. See if I can manage to do this. Let's see here. I think, famous last words, right? I think they're gonna fit. They do. All right, that's a pretty nice tight fit on that one. So by having it like that, it should keep them from rattling around on the front. We're gonna go for a ride, so we shall see. And I'm just gonna, I usually stick a screwdriver through the hole, you know, the hole in the pin there, and really crank them down. But this time, I'm just gonna hand tighten them. And I don't know if that's really the smart way to do it or not, but I am going to have my little holder things on there, so hopefully it won't be an issue. Now let's switch you guys around. We'll do the other side. Let you guys see the full install here. I know it's pretty complicated install. If you can screw a pin into the holder down here, you should be okay, right? All right, let's get this other side on. Trouble with going with red is they always fade. So I may end up going with the black ones just because of that. I don't know. But let's see. Hopefully there's as much space, the gap anyway, on this one. And I think there is. Yeah, as the other side. So probably the easiest ones I've ever installed. Usually the spacers don't fit and I have to kind of force them in there. But today, anyway, go crank these as much as I can by hand. Now, these little keychain things, again, the whole idea behind that is to keep the pins from backing out, and it also adds a little bit of theft deterrent. I mean, somebody would have to cut through these. They are wire, because I found once you get them screwed on there, you really can't get them off by hand because they're just that tight. And they just screw on. They're threaded, and then there's like a nut or whatever here, and they just screw on like so. And that's really it. But most people that would be coming to take them probably wouldn't have any idea that that's how they really go on. So I don't know what I do, and I'll show you better on the other one, but I just stick it through the, which way to do this is best. I just stick it through the hole in the pen, as I mentioned, and then through the D-ring itself, and then assuming you can hold on to it, just kind of screw it on there, right? Of course, lining it up is really not too bad. These go on pretty well. Kind of impressive for what they are. They don't cost much money. It's kind of a pretty darn cheap part. But you just screw it on there like so, and then leave it on like that. Let me bring you around, I'll show you guys. That's what I'm talking about. So they just go through the pen, and they're, again, the pen could turn a little bit, I realize, but once this binds, the pen is not going to be able to turn anymore. So let's see about doing the other side. See if I can't get you guys a better angle, because I know you're going to want to see how this works, right? Of course you will. Why wouldn't you? I would. Now, first of all, let's see if I can tighten this up a little bit like I did the other side. I think I already have it about as tight as it can go. Yeah, by hand. Okay, let's get this other one on. Then we're going to go for a ride. I want to see if I get any noise. I've put a lot of things under this truck. You know, the skid plates that are underneath there, the skid plate you can see right here. And then also the cat shield that's behind it, and the turned down exhaust tip. So I don't know if I'm going to get any noise out of that stuff. I don't think so. But I really haven't paid that much attention to it. But we're gonna, on this little ride, I'm gonna try to focus on that anyway. At least I will. I can't speak for you guys, but now see if I can get this stupid thing to thread. Again, it's usually pretty simple. But you know, when you're doing stuff live, sometimes it doesn't go well, but it's going pretty well. Then I'll pull the truck down here and let you guys take a look at what I'm doing, or did, or have done. The other thing about these keychain things is once they're exposed to the elements, they get wet, they get hot, whatever. They do kind of tend to bind, which obviously makes them more difficult to get off if somebody wanted to try to do it by hand. There's what that one looks like. Not too bad, I don't think. So let me grab my keys. Let's get all this junk back in the garage. And then we're gonna go for a ride. Let's see, how do I want to do this? Chairs. Don't really want to drop my, what is it, $1,500, $1,200, whatever it is, phone on the floor. That would be not so good. Okay, got that done. Now, I gotta put these pen things away so that I can someday find them again. I think we'll just throw them in here with all the rest of the electrical stuff. This channel could benefit by incorporating more karate between vehicle reviews and the like. I suppose if you're interested in karate, that could be the case, but I'm not, so I think I'm gonna have to disagree with you on that one. Okay, so we're not gonna need the other ones. Just kind of leave those lay here for now. We'll get back to that later. Got the little keys. All right, let's see. I'm gonna leave this case standard thing here. We don't need that. And kill the fan. How's that? Remote control for a fan. Let's turn the lights off. No reason to burn any electricity. And I'll pull the truck out. Well, actually, I probably don't even need to before we take the ride, but you guys can see that's what it looks like on the front. I like it. I think it's a pretty good look, and I like the red. The black I was talking about, you can see the front again, right? If you look at the back, they are black. And I might actually change those, I think, because I do want them to match, so I may need to get another set of red, really, to go on the back. I think I probably will, so that they match up, hopefully. I think that's a pretty good plan anyway. Now, let's take the truck out. We got to do a little road test, right? I mean, you have to do this on any mod that you install. It doesn't matter, right? I mean, if you put floor mats in your truck, you need to go out and take it for a road test. I think it's just, there's a nice close-up for you. I think it's just a requirement for any mod that you do, right? I mean, that's part of the fun of it, isn't it? So let's hop in here. Of course, I just scooted right across the frickin' lever for the seat. Oh, looks like I've done it a few times. Okay, there you go. J Dart says, fair enough, thanks. You're welcome. I'm not quite real sure what you were really getting at there, but anyway, I've got you guys on my homemade mount. If you've never seen that, let me show you where you're sitting. That's my kind of clamp-on mount that I made for the phone. So that's where you guys are going to be sitting. Probably going to get a blast of air conditioning here in just a second, but let's go ahead and start up the beast. Probably going to get a blast of radio too. All right, let's gonna turn the radio down. It says I'm in the middle of a call. I don't know. I guess it's because I'm connected via the phone. I don't know. So let's see. How do I want to handle this one? There. Okay, let's get on the road. See if the garage door button works. It did. And hopefully nobody's behind me. That's one fear I always have. Living in at a, what do you want to call it, a street that kind of stops or whatever, but there's still people that come from the other way. Backing out of my driveway because I'm used to not having people coming from back there, and then back right into somebody that happens to be coming down the road. I mean, that would really suck. All right, we're going to get on the road, so there really shouldn't be any sound from that. If there is, then I really did something wrong, because they are tight. And of course, I do have um, the wires, the keychains, whatever you want to call them on there, to keep everything fastened in, I suppose. Now, you might hear some rattling in the truck. First of all, don't go nuts. It's not because the truck is rattly now or has a bunch of rattles in it, because I know that's what people are going to say, right? Oh, the truck's all rattly. No, it's because I have one of those window breaker thing glove box, and it rattled somewhere else or do something else with it. I don't know. All topic I hear if it's in the door sills and in the glove box, as I mentioned, that make noise. I've got the old do in the center here, so it's going to bounce around a little bit. I'm talking about consistently ongoing noise that's coming from like panels that don't meet up right, or wires or something that are bouncing against the trim work or something in the truck. And there's nothing worse than that. I have that going on right now in my Tesla. There's a rattle somewhere in the dash on the passenger side, and it's driving me insane. I just turned the radio up right now so I don't hear it. But it's funny, as you're driving around in between songs and stuff, you still can, because the songs will pause or maybe the volume drops or whatever, and still that ambient rattle noise in the background, you can still hear that, and that kind of sucks. So, I don't know. It's a trivial thing, I know, but it drives me nuts. All right, we're on a smooth road. Do you hear anything? How about with the window down? You can hear road noise, I know that. Um, Nothing crazy. I think we're gonna take the scenic route, because I like to do that when I'm out cruising around in any vehicle really. But we're gonna do that in the Tacoma today. I'll leave the window down for just a second, let you guys hear. It's funny, I'm starting to hear the turbo more often in the truck, and for some reason it reminds me of like a diesel, like a semi or something. I don't know. It's kind of crazy. What you up to, Rob? Good to see you. Busted. Radio garage. Trying to see it as I'm driving. I'm doing good. Dog, you're in the wrong place, brother. I don't know. You got nothing better to do? Go somewhere else, man. Anyway, I love the trolls. Even at the holiday, it's supposed to be a festive come together time of year, and the trolls still get on and do troll things that they do, right? Um, let's see. I'm gonna put that one in timeout, just to take the swing. Let's see. Where was I? Okay, we've caught up. Good. So anyway, you guys can hear a little bit there while we're driving, right? Not too bad. I'm gonna go kind of in a slower area where I can have the window down, where hopefully you're not only hearing wind noise, um, because that kind of defeats the whole purpose. There's that turbo kind of whir. I really do like that. The turn down pipe. I did the turn down exhaust, of course, or the pipe where I replaced the resonator from the muffler back is what I replaced with that turn down pipe. There's a video on the channel. If you haven't seen it, you don't know what I'm talking about. Um, you guys can also hear what that sounds like. And honestly, I have heard a little, and I mean I'm being picky, a little tiny difference a couple of times in the truck when I've had the door open, not even driving around, just sitting still. Um, it really is nothing. And it's funny, I had some comments from people worried about, well, first of all, there's somebody just turned right in front of me as I turned that corner. Isn't that nice? Um, Anyway, people worried about noise from the turn down exhaust, the little pipe I put on. There is no noise. You really can't hear anything. And then the biggest couple of three comments that I got about that was concerning fumes, exhaust fumes. that somehow by having the exhaust another 4 feet or 3 feet, whatever, forward, that's probably it's probably closer to four, and not exiting out of the side, instead it's exiting straight down. That somehow I'm poisoning myself driving around with it that way. Um, but what they don't understand is the trail hunter and maybe the pro, I'm not sure, but the trail hunter comes with the exact same setup. In other words, they have a downpipe that's, I think, exactly the same where mine is right now. Now, the difference between mine and theirs is I didn't pay like $600 for it. The company I got it from, it was like, let's call it 100, I think, after tax and shipping and all of that. But anyway, big concern about that. And it's like, do you understand that when you're sitting in traffic, excuse me, at a stoplight, let's say, or, rush hour stop and go traffic light type scenario, and your windows down, or maybe sometimes even not, you are inhaling carbon dioxide, monoxide, all the time. That's the other thing. They called it CO2. CO2 is carbon dioxide. You don't inhale carbon dioxide from your vehicle, it's carbon monoxide. But anyway, you get more inhaling that stuff as you're driving around than anything that I would have possibly created by putting a downpipe on the Toyota Tacoma. But man, are they afraid of it. And I'm like, my philosophy is with mods, first of all, never install any mod that you're not comfortable with, right? I mean, why would you? Why would you put a mod on your truck that you're afraid of? So why are you worrying about me? I think people need to worry less about their neighbors, unless they're doing something wrong, and more about themselves. Let's see. Chris Garachi. I really can hear the rings now. I really can hear the rings now. Can hear the rings. I'm not sure what you're talking about. Joel Munoz. The TRD Pro comes with the TRD exhaust. All right, duh. That makes more sense, right? Anyway, it's the Trail Hunter that comes with the OEM turn down pipes, what I'm calling it, down pipe, turn down pipe, short exhaust pipe, whatever you want to call it. That's what the Trail Hunter comes with, and it's the exact same application as what I did in my truck. So unless Toyota somehow has an exemption from the government that they can poison their customers, I think we're okay. I don't know. Anyway, just craziness. As soon as we get through this light, I'll put the window down, let you guys hear. Chris, what are you talking about? You can hear the rings. I'm not sure what you mean by the rings. Are you talking about the D rings that I put on? There's no way you're hearing those. No way. Okay, here we go. Let's put the window down. I imagine all you're going to get is road noise. There's a truck beside me right now. You probably could see in the window. You're going to get noise from other traffic and stuff like that, but not really going to get any noise from my truck. I mean, anything that there would be hidden by the road noise. So it'll also let you hear the tires. I love, a lot of people will ask about aftermarket or bigger tires, and are they loud? Do they make noise? And I always find it kind of baffling when people ask questions like that. Let's get rid of this external noise. Because our ears are different, right? I mean, I don't know what you're sensitive to. I've had people tell me that they can't stand, certain things about every vehicle, right? That they hear this, they hear that they have sold vehicles because they weren't insulated enough and there was too much sound. Now, all that's fine. I'm not knocking that. We all are what we are, right? I mean, none of us hear things or are bothered by things in the same manner, right? But you can't ask me if something is loud. I mean, for all you know, I'm half deaf, right? So nothing is loud. I mean, I could be next to a blaring siren and it sounds fine. So you can't really go by that. I don't think. I mean, yeah, you can gather opinions. And I guess, if you do a survey and get enough opinions, you can take an average of that and determine, for instance, if a tire is loud. But man, it's tough to judge by what other people say. Another example are exhausts. You know, I've talked about exhaust before with the third gen, particularly because I've had a few different ones. And people will tell you they love this or that exhaust when you know it sucks. And I don't like them. So it's all relevant, I guess, to each individual. It's personal preference, really. So there you go. Driving around in the truck, I'm not hearing anything weird. I really obviously didn't expect to hear the D rings because they are fastened down really, really well, as you guys saw from the install. More like the putting on of, not much of an install. I guess it's an install, but not really complicated. So I don't hear that. I don't hear any whistling noise. Another thing a lot of people have complained about when taking off the gravel guard or skid plate, if you want to call it that, the Toyota puts in the front, you know, that cheapo thin fiber thing they put up there as a gravel guard, they call it. Um, I have a skid plate on, so I don't hear any whistling or noises. And I highly recommend you put a skid plate on. Mine happens to be Miller Cat from Cat Shield or Cat Shield. There's should be a link down below, I think. Doesn't matter if you go with that one or not. I mean, you can. There's a code you can save some money if you want. But regardless, put one on. Go with whatever one you want. Doesn't make any difference to me. Because you really do need to get it, I think. Not having a steel or metal skid plate under the truck is crazy to me, whether you off-road or not. I get some comments, people will say, well, you're not a big off-roader, so you don't really need one. Really? You ever run over anything or have anything bounce up under your vehicle while you're driving down the road? I mean, come on. I've been driving for a long time, and it's happened a few times. So I don't know what they're talking about. More troll type stuff, I guess. Chris says, if I can pick up, want the red D-rings on your truck. Um, if you can pick up, you want, I'm still not sure what you're, oh, there's a new Tacoma. I'm still not sure what you're talking. I'm not getting rid of the red D-rings on my truck, so I don't know what you're talking about. Anyway, I just wanted to get on, kind of do the install, get them on the front of the truck. I thought I'd include you guys with me. I wasn't going to make a whole video about that, so doing it on a live stream format is more fun for me. And let you guys hear the truck. I'll let you hear it one more time. We're doing 59 miles an hour. Is there road noise? Yeah, there's road noise. There'd be road noise if I was running all season tires. Is there noise from wind? It is a little bit windy outside, not much. So you're getting a little bit of wind noise buffeting off of the truck. Obviously, you're going to get that. I get wind noise if I was running down the road without a vehicle, right? I don't do that often, hardly ever, never really. Anyway, thanks for watching. Thanks for tuning in. I appreciate you guys as usual. Leave a comment. Let me know what you think of the color that I chose, red versus black. I'd just be curious to know what you think. Thanks for watching. Stay safe out there. Bye.